Good morning, everyone. I'm going to work today on this tree that I twisted out yesterday. As you can see, I did start beading, and it doesn't look the same as it did before, but that's good. It's a different one. I could have, if I started where I normally do, it probably would have been straighter, but actually I kind of like this, and I might have a different idea for embellishment. But anyway, so if I were to have started yesterday with the beading, this is what I would have done. I just didn't want this video to be a 10-hour video. My voice will not handle that right now. Okay, so all the little wires are all twisted into 2 and 2, and there is, I believe there's still one that is 3. Yeah, and I told you I'd show you how to fix it, and I will. Actually, all I did, because there was one over here, you can probably see it's a little bit thicker. I slid 2 beads on it and used it as one. So right now I'm just going to start with the little leaves of 3. And I'm using the gold for these little leaves. So for the new people that are here, welcome. I appreciate everyone who has subscribed and liked my videos. It means a lot to me. When I do a little leaf of 3, I put 3 beads, 3 crystals, 3 of whatever you want on that little wire, cross it up to the point where the twist starts, and then just twist it out like this. And there you go. After everything that you put on these wires, if you're going to follow the pattern that I've done here, you can do it this way, or no twisting, just throw all your beads on it and it'll be full of beads. I do it both ways. This is my favorite way. And I did overcut wire, which that's fine, as you can see. But just in case you didn't overcut your wire, actually I didn't overcut by that much. When you twist, always start with the wire that's the longest. So you put your beads on the short wire. I twist towards me, so I'm going to put that behind there. And I'm going to get my beads. Because I use 2 wires, I try to put my crystals and beads on both. For the sake of this project, I'm alternating beads with crystals. Actually, I'm not. I'm using only crystals. I'm sorry. I'm confusing this one with the big project. I have a lot of clear stones in here. I'm not using them on this one. I have like a big bunch of beads that are all shapes and sizes, and they're all in canisters that I've put on my workspace from years of beading. And I pick out what I want when I have a special project. Currently I'm working on 2, but I'm waiting for amethyst and purple crystals. I like to twist once or twice, 2 or 3 times. Just enough so that it holds. Slide down 2 more, or 3. I do them in clusters as well. Sorry guys, I gotta check this. Sorry about that, guys. That was CVS. I don't know why they send me. So it must be automatic. I didn't pick prescriptions up, so they're just reminding me again. Okay, now I'm going to put another little set of leaves down here. I don't have any particular way I bead or where I put the little leaves. This one here I am putting a little golden leaf at the top, but normally it's whatever falls on my wire. I just make something pretty with it. So I did tell you guys that I was, I'm actually honored that I was asked to make a donation piece for Alzheimer's awareness, and that's for sometimes somewhere the end of June. And I ordered everything. I believe in a comment. I'm always asked where I get my beads, and I haven't bought new beads in a very, very, very long time because I have beads. I just have to pick through them. They're a mismatch of the unchosen ones, things that I had left over in bags. I just put them all together after like 10 years and said, oh shit, I have a whole bunch of beads. I did order like an amethyst color crystal as well as amethyst stones. I will, as soon as I get that, it should be here any day. I ordered them online from a company called Sheen, and these ones right here, I'll show you. Let me pick one out. This one, no, that's not it. I'm sorry. I have so many that are the same. This one here, it's what I've been using in this tree. It's also what I've used. These are the dark ones. They call these 8mm. I don't think they're quite 8s. But yeah, they are very, very nice. Now, just to give you an example, they come on a strand, like most beads do. I don't remember how many I bought. I think I bought 5 strands, and I did the big tree in the double hoop with those and others. For the project for Alzheimer's Awareness Month, I ordered 6 strands of amethyst, and they do say that it is a genuine stone. It's not a plastic stone or whatever, and the crystals I ordered are the same exact size as these that I'm using now, but they're in a really pretty purple. And I ordered them, I think like on the 9th or 10th, and they processed and shipped it the same day. Now it's in JFK somewhere, I don't know, but they deliver them in the mail. What I can tell you is the quality of the stuff that I got, especially these big green ones, is very good. I will share with you the other one, and if I think that it's worth it, I will recommend that beads. I will recommend, even just for my own self, my purchases will be from there from now on, because the price of beads and crystals is crazy. It's very, very expensive, and yeah, I know I can't buy new stuff. I did this because it's important to me. Okay, so when you finally reach your hoop, this is the way I do it. You don't have to do it this way. Some people like to wrap their wire around however many times they want, and then cut it and then use their plier and do this. I've done that. It's not my favorite. This is my favorite. I like to wrap it around, bring it up twice, and cross over right here, right above your bead and beneath your hoop. And then bring it down, bring it back up again, and then cross it over. And now I'm going to show you why. Because from here on in, I'm not going to cut them until the end. Because it is it's just, I want the beading to go by quicker. So when you start adding little tweaks to your wire, I found when I did it the other way, just wrapping it, it loosened up. See how tight this is? I like this. I don't want my things to sag. I want them to stay the way I put them. So this is what I do. Just again, my preference. Always, you have to support your work because you will break your wire. Just put your round nose plier in there. Support your work. Any way you can grab onto it. And I get it in between my fingers. I hold it always with my thumb. And just give little bends. When you get up here, this is the first part that you've twisted out. Support your work. Give it a little bend. Your little leaf, hold on to it. And hold on to the base if you can. I can. I just hold it like this. And then gently bend it. I do this all the way up to the top of here. As you can see, these have already been twisted. They have nice shapes. And give it another little bend all the way up. This gives your tree a more realistic appearance, if you can see what I'm doing. Just like this, gently, but you have to support your work. With that being said, I don't think you'll forget to support your work. Now, the way I cut it, that's also, it's up to you. I like to use my wire cutters. I use this flat side so I can get nice and close. And I clip it. Excuse me, guys. And I don't use pliers unless I have a big space, which on this particular project I do not. So I'll use my tweezers. Just get in there. I have flat nose that are wider, I'm sorry. And if you can see what I'm doing, push it down. You might even be able to make it all the way around, which I did. And you can feel underneath. I feel a little bit of a wire. So I get my pointy tweezers, and then I go in again. Oh, just for the sake of showing you, I'm trying to manipulate it this way, but I do look at it. Just do that. Now I'll show you. There's nothing here that's going to scratch you. Or if you want to make small ones as ornaments, bookmarkers, nothing is going to get caught. That's why I do it. It's not the right way. It's just my preference for my work. Okay. So now I'm just going to carry on. I think I'll just pull this a little bit longer. What I was thinking on doing actually with this one wasn't going to be to go so long. I was kind of like just going to like let it hang. But then I changed my mind. I don't want it to hang. But what I would like to do is put a little leaf. You can see I've done that here and there on this project. So you get your 3 little beads and hold on to them like that. Take this wire and bring it up to where you started to twist, however long you want it. That's good enough. Don't have to be real long. And then just continue to pinch while you twist. This way here you won't break your wire. And don't over twist because you will break your wire. I do it all the time. but I can show you how to fix it. Okay, now we're going to twist a little bit more. After everything you bead, you twist. And for you new people, this is to help me stay focused in the middle because I'm all over the place. Now, to twist this, if you just start twisting, your little leaf is going to break. Don't break your little leaf. Hold on to your work, the whole thing, that whole little section. Cross your wire, give it a pinch, and some twists. I like the openness of doing it this way instead of rows. Again, just my preference. And now we'll bead. Oops, got a jumper. Sorry guys, I forgot about the little green beads. I thought I had them in a little container. I am using the little green ones on this as well. Mostly to make sure that I have enough of both of my projects. But they look good too. And yes, I dropped everything. But underneath this is a dish strainer, so they're not going to go flying on the, well, they do go flying on the floor. Not going to lie. I drop everything. Okay. So, we're just going to carry on. If I start with something small on one wire, I like to drop stuff. Use a bigger bead because the space, it just fits better. And you have to hang on to your work. However you have to get in. Right now I can do it this way. It gets trickier as you go. But if you don't, I can promise you, you're going to break this little branch. You don't want to do that. You work too hard. So always support your work. You don't want any tension on it. See? Drop two more. Or more. Depends on how you're doing your tree. As I get to the top, I might put more. See, I'm working on two projects of greens right now. If you haven't seen the big round one on a stand, that is huge, huge. It's hard for me to even lay it down and work on it. That one there is not intended to be a tutorial. I'm just showing you my technique on it, just in case you want to try working outside the hoop. That is a hoop. Well, it's a big circle. Looks like a donut, but it doesn't have a frame for me to put to secure my branches to, so they kind of hang. Now, if you do look at that, I did post a few videos. It came with hooks on it. Guys, I bought it at a thrift shop for $9.99, and I absolutely saw it from the minute I walked in. I always go looking for stuff. You never know. And I loved it. and I had to have it. And now I'm working on it. It's like, I like the antique look of it, but I don't think the beads are popping as much as I wanted them to. So I'm thinking about using like a dry brush or a sponge, and where it has a lighter color, I was thinking about maybe lightening it up. Not the brownish color on it, but the whitish color on it. Just like slide a piece of plastic, like a bag, over all my work, and just lightly touch up the base so that the beads will be more noticeable. I don't know. I do plan on doing a little bit of work on it, and probably I won't be talking. I'll show you what I mean. I'll explain that to you, but I'm trying to save this voice. Okay. So what I'm doing as I go, you can see when we twist it, or when I show you how I twist it out, I always have two. But as I go, I don't want them all to be this long. If I bead that, it's going to be shorter. So I try to twist it a little bit longer, like a graceful flow of a branch. That'll work. I can put a little leaf there. I didn't put a little leaf over here. I will in a minute. I forgot. I was too not focused. Too busy showing you how to cut your wire. It's okay. Okay, so usually I pull up the sleeves on this arm because I don't like the scratches, but I get this shirt here, the beads are, it's actually a nightgown. They get under my sleeve. I don't like it. But this one here, I leave it down. It doesn't bother me. Okay, now I told you. For real, you have to support your work. Slide your beads up. I support all of it, right there. Just hang on to all of it. And throw in a few twists. I don't know if you can hear the background. That's Miss Abby snoring, my cat. I should make a video and show you. She's the sweetest girl. After I make my bed, put the comforter on, fix it all up, I take out the blankets and I make her like a nest, and that's where she sleeps all day. Or in the window on a heated kitty seat. And then she comes out during her time out and hangs around with us. Okay, so here's the situation. See, this space is not supposed to be there. I didn't twist enough, so go back and throw in a few more. There, problem solved. Okay, I better just finish this one. See? All of it. Okay. So before we do that one, I'm going to show you the way I've been doing these ones. You can see these little leaves. Not all of them have it like this one here doesn't. I think it's like every other one. So I've just been throwing them on, not really paying too much attention. But I did miss this one, which is fine because we didn't cut the wire yet. So we will put 3 little beads right there. Little leaf. The reason I'm trying to put like these little leaves of 3 along the top, normally I really don't pay that much attention, but the tree that I made in the double hoop with these same exact beads is from my daughter-in-law. My son and her will be getting married soon in September, and those are her colors. So I made her a tree, and on the outer hoop I made a vine because her venue has the most beautiful trees and vines. So with that, that's why I'm doing these little leaves. I'm not letting them stick out, but hers is just the whole border. And I also put little lights. I'm looking for a softer light. Those have a bluish hue to them, and we really don't like it. So now that I cut that little wire, I'm just gonna poke it down. Right there. Now we have the little leaf. Now we can even put one here. Nah. I'm just gonna go around the hoop again and cut it. I don't want to mess around near the little leaf. And that wire is not going to get stuck. Okay, so now we can put a little leaf on this one. Let's see. Yeah, why not? feel like I'm moving out of focus, guys. That's because yesterday I tore apart my workspace yet again. Got rid of all the totes and buckets that were really not making me happy. So now I have canisters. I've got 4 big ones and then a big square one for miscellaneous junk. Maybe later on I'll do another little tour and show you my space. I love my space. It's like, this is what makes me happy, guys. It's like, it's my hobby, but it's also my passion, and that's why I share it with you. Okay, so we don't want to mess around with that little leaf, so let's just cut this off now. And then bend that down. This one here I could have used my pliers. Probably should have. Just a hot angle for me so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm making a mess out of it because I'm trying to show you. Yeah. Just bend it down and then come around again and just turn it so that you can't feel it on either side. I'm gonna have to get back to it. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that one because I lace it anyway. I just go around the whole hoop with a wire so that my beads don't slip and my branches don't separate. Again, just another one of my choice things to do. You don't have to do that. It takes a little bit of wire and a little bit of time, but for me, it's worth it. And these are very difficult to work with because I did overcut. I do like my wire long, but not this long. And then sometimes I've gone ahead and cut and said, oh geez, I cut it too short, so we're not going to do that. My wires are so long they're knocking my beads all around. That's okay. I'll take care of it later. I think I was more focused yesterday when I did that because I was just concentrating on what I'm doing, and I think I have a few more little gold leaves, so I have to start adding some. I only added 1. Well, no, I added 3. That's all right. We're still good. As long as you can see my hands. See? The work always supported. trying to keep in focus for you. See? I always have to touch and hold. It's important. And if you didn't cut your wires way too long like I did, always a good idea to twist with the longest wire so you don't run short. I do that too. I forget. But that's alright because I can fix it and I'll show you how. With this tree I made a few little mishaps. I counted wrong, have extra wires on one side. Oops, that's going to stick. That's because I have the cloth side up. The underside is like vinyl. That's not going to work. Alright. It's just as easy. Okay. Oops, got a twist. Sometimes I'm up here at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm working. Everyone else is sleeping. My husband has gone to work, but since I've been sick, I haven't even been able to get out of bed. Got out of bed today at like 5:30. That's not part of my routine. Yeah, I take care of my cats first thing. I make the bed, I wash up, brush my teeth, make my coffee, you know, make my son breakfast, fix him a lunch. You know, it's just set up everything for my husband for breakfast. It's just my routine. And when I don't stick with my routine, I get all screwed up. So I'm here late, and I wasn't going to cut this wire, but you know what? I did. I don't want to... Oh, so anyway, guys, let me tell you, this is kind of funny. So the phone that I use to record this is a phone that we don't use, okay? It's my son's old phone. And for some reason, after I would do my tutorial, it came out great. But the one thing that didn't come out great was it was taking forever, and it was saying data, I don't know, I'd have to look at it. I wrote it down. And it was making me crazy because it would take 2 hours or it wouldn't upload at all. So I was telling my son about it, but what I didn't tell him, now my son, he graduated with me, he does electronics. But that's not where he's doing it now. He hates electronics. But long story short, I screwed around with his phone, the one that he gave me for work, and I reformatted, figuring, okay, maybe that'll help, right? No. It changed how many slides per minute or second or something like that. So instead of it doing like 60 per minute, it was doing like 10 times slower. So the video was taken 10 times longer, if that even makes sense. I don't know. So I was warned, don't screw around with the phone. And I'm not going to. But he also changed the little card thing in my regular phone. It had 4 gigabytes. And now it has like 250. It kept coming up that I would no longer be able to receive emails or text messages. I have to have my phone. Just for like everyday stuff, you know, for my husband, for my doctors, and my kids. Sorry if I'm just doing this without showing you. I'm just going and doing what I showed you I do. Just going and give everything a little twist. I should wait until the end, but I don't have patience. Okay, I'm talking way too much. My throat's on fire. Okay, let me just... There. I'll mess with them all later because I need a sip of coffee. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I have my cup way over here in case I knock it over. It's next to that big project. Maybe later on I'll do a quick review of my workspace. Yet again, because it has changed again. I just mess everything up and move things around. This is where it gets tricky because you don't know where to hold. So I just get right in there and hold on to that because I'm going to twist it a little bit more. Like that. And I'm ready to bead. I think I'm going to throw in a little green leaf. Why not, right? Will it fit? It'll fit. I'll make it fit. Give it a little adjustment on the stem and it'll be perfect. Okay. So, grab your little beads, bring this up to where you twisted out the branch and hold it and twist it out a little bit, just enough so that the twists meet where the twists were. By that I mean right there. That meets right there means you're ready to do some more twisting. And I always use my thumb. Everybody has their way. I like to just stick my thumb in there and turn it. It just goes there automatically now. I feel like I used to work so much faster before I started making videos. But now I talk too much. That's okay. So I'm still standing, even though this table is on a desk that I can pull out and have all that extra workspace. And I have a nice comfy chair, but the problem is, even like now, I have to stop and look up over to make sure that you can see my hands. Because I've done videos and been like, oh boy, that was a problem. That helped nobody. I still fall out of focus every now and then. I'm still learning, guys. But you're all so nice to me. You're all so kind. I can't tell you, like, there's just no way to even, like, express my gratitude for having you here and being so supportive with me and my new journey. Now, when I first started this, I know this story's old for everybody that's been here, but I started really working on my craft during the pandemic because it gave me something to do, and I was lonely, you know. I spent a lot of time alone. So I just sit down and make 4 seasons trees of life. Make 4 of them, hang them. My husband would take them to work and he'd sell them. I have a tote full of them. You know, it's just something to do. But I also learned a lot. But it's not easy to learn how to communicate for me because I'm shy. I just feel like I'm talking to nobody. But you're all right here. And I just feel like it's magical to me. I don't know. Other creators, other people that have channels, they edit and they do all the fancy. I just show you what to do. I show you how I do it. And you all seem to, you're just so nice. Thank you. I told my husband I have the nicest people that leave such nice, helpful, kind, considerate comments all the time. You know what he said to me? For now. Don't get used to it. I don't buy that for a minute. So far, you guys are the greatest. Okay. I got two big ones here. That's all right. When I say big, small, it just makes the wire look a little, you know, just throw your beads on there. It'll work. Just support it. I'm going to tell you guys something. You're going to think I'm crazy. But, excuse me. I have purchased one dress for the wedding that had sequins. It just wasn't me. But, you know, I sent it back. And then I bought two more. And they're green. And that's not really my color, but I'm small. So everything just didn't look right. Every dress, just to have it altered, would cost more than the dress. So I now have 3 in my closet. And the one that I'm keeping is the shortest dress that I could find. And it's like 2 inches, and I could probably do that myself, but it's that like overlay material, so it's not the underlining of the dress. So in the style, because it is a shorter dress, it gives it that look of being cinched on the side like a wraparound, and then it goes longer in the back. Now if I lifted all that up, the underlining dress would be perfect. So yesterday I pulled out the dress. Yes, I put it on, and then I said maybe I can fix it. I can't fix it. I'm like 5 feet, you know. So I have to get this dress altered. That's gonna stink. Probably gonna cost more than it did for the dress. I actually did call one place. I'm not gonna lie, my first son's, for his wedding, I spent a lot of money on a dress. And this one is outdoors. It's not as many people. It's not, you know, it's not over the top, but it's very, very nice. And yeah, so I have a nice dress with a lace top. It's really pretty. And the color is like a, I want to say a little bit lighter than forest green. It's It's not my color. But look at how pretty, you know, I really didn't like how this turned out as much as the way I wanted it to, but for what it's worth, guys, it's going to be kind of pretty. Oh. If you do decide to do a tree like this and you don't want this look, put it in the middle, take the center section, these two, fold them over your hoop so that when you put it on, your first branch will be straight and then you'll have everything else in line. But I kind of like this. I've done a shape like this before, but I had the roots more over there. This was not intentional. But I definitely do like it. Oh boy, it's been an hour. Jeez Louise. I wonder why my throat is starting to hurt. Okay, so I'm going to finish up these two. And then we're going to put this down. It's unfortunate that I don't know how to edit because I could get rid of a lot of the nonsense. But that's what, this is who I am, guys. I'm just lucky to have you. And inspired by so many of you that you are picking up my hobby. Okay. Actually, I think what I'm going to do after I finish right here, I'm going to set it up to upload, and then I'm going to go trim some of these wires down because they're scratching me. One snuck by, and we got 2 golds. It's okay. I'm gonna change that one though, and I think we're gonna add a little leaf. We'll see. I put one there, so maybe not. I don't know yet. Yeah, we will. Why not? Even though this reaches the hoop, still make a little leaf, because when you fold it, you're going to twist it right to that twist. I'll show you. And if you don't have like little beads to make a little leaf, use a bead, just one, and do the same thing as this. Let's pretend this is just one bead. Bring it over, hold on to that one bead. If you don't have little leaves of 3, bring it to where you twisted and twist it. That's a little too long. But it'll have the same effect as a little leaf. Still too long. Come on now, be nice. There we go. And then just hold it right there and twist it like that. I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to show you what I mean, just so that you understand what I'm trying to show you. Okay, let's pretend that this is not the right color. That one's on the mat. Okay, let's say this is just a bead, not even a crystal, it's just what you're working with, but you want to have a little leaf, right? And you don't have little crystals. Take this one bead or whatever it is you're working with, bring it down, take your wire, cross it over like that, bring it to where you twist, and now twist this, and you have something little that fills in a space, a little dangly leaf. You can make magic, guys. I know you can. And with that, my time right now has come to an end. So, I'm gonna just wrap that around. And leave you with this. I will be back today, and I'll work with you some more. Thanks for watching, guys.